Good afternoon, good peoples. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? It is 2:58 my time. 2 minutes to 3 o'clock. Don't know what time it is where you at, but whatever time it is, I'm glad that you're here to join me. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every last one of y'all whenever you're watching this. All right. Y'all know first thing first. Y'all let me know y'all can hear me. Y'all let me know y'all can hear me. You let me know that you can see me. All right. And then we'll take it from. Wait. Okay, that's what it is. Okay. Oh, there it was, like a ghost or something. Yeah, y'all let me know y'all can hear me. Let me know y'all can see me. First thing first. All right. All right. Got a thumbs up. All right. Lisa Six, what's going on? Roll them out. Taurus Star. Tim Marie. Hey, my love. You said you shared it. Thank you so much, dear. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Kara Smith came in earlier. Uh, Mr. Queen. I'm sure she'll probably be back. She came early. I can't see who else. Somebody else can't. I think it was Tina Powers. I can't see something covering up. I can't see it. As the pen message say, good people, please hit the thumbs up as you come in. Internet, hey baby, how you doing? I was just looking at some of your shorts on Facebook. All right, looking bubbly and lovely as always. You gotta hit me up, let me know what's going on with the situation with your daughter's story. All right, if there's any updates. All right, Joe Sullivan, what's going on? Miss Dees, hey, how you doing, my friend? All right, so everybody can hear me, everybody can see me. All right, let's get right into it. So look here. When we talking about this lady right here, Erin Merdy, if I'm saying her name right, almost sound like Eddie Murphy, but Erin Merdy. All right. Now, believe it or not, I'm probably not gonna go so hard on this one. Cause for some reason, I do believe that mental illness is playing a part in this one. I'm kind of convinced. I don't know why, but I am. I'm kind of convinced that mental illness is playing a big part in this one. But then again, maybe y'all will have a difference of opinion as we get in deep to the story. So we have a woman here who pretty much, they say she told her family that she drowned her 3 children. You see the 3 children named down there, where 2 of the faces you can't see. Which I'm actually surprised they showing either of their faces. But one of them name is Zachary. He was 7 years old. Rest in heaven to him. Look like if I'm looking at the right, is it Liliana, something like that. I don't know if that's a T or a L, kind of small on my end. She was 4 years old. Then you had a 3 month old by the name of Oliver, 3 month old, and you drowned a 3 month old. So that is really sad. Look at guys. We talk about this a lot. That if somebody is struggling, with children or whatnot, they got many safe havens you could take your child to, to at least let them live on and try to have a better life until you get yourself together. All right. I never understood, never condoned, never just really give a pass on somebody killing their children because they struggling with paying rent or other things like that. If you ask me, which a lot of people would say, we had a couple of women came on my show said that, when it comes to women, y'all have a lot of resources when you falling behind like that. You got a lot of resources you can go to that will help you with your utilities and rent and stuff like that. Trust me, we got a lot. We got a quiet firm down here in Memphis, and they will help y'all faster than they will help us men down here. And I'm pretty much sure anybody from Memphis can tell you that. They would get help faster than us men. All right. So one of the things I read up on this story, she was facing eviction. Okay. And as I was trying to read into the story, my computer did something funny and I had to restart, so I wasn't able to read everything what it said. But one of the situations, they said she was facing eviction. Then got another one that came out. I saw that she was dealing with postpartum depression. You know, I don't know how that is, so I can't really speak too much of it. But if you in the chat room who deals with it, you know, maybe you kind of give me a little small detail exactly. Is it something that's chronic or is something that acute? When I say acute, I mean something that comes like it just comes every now and again, you know, or depends on the level of it. I don't know. Okay. Right, Tiffany. In the church, we take. Thank you, dear. Thank you. You agree with me? In church, fire station, wherever they got a place, they say safe place on it with the yellow sign. If it says safe place, you are allowed to take your child there. You know, and I just don't understand. You know, why they just like when I talk about guns, they give away free locks for guns, but people too lazy even to go get something for free like that for the safety of your children. You won't even get off your ass to go get a safety lock for your gun. That's why a lot of these children get a hold of your gun. They end up shooting themselves or they end up shooting you because you're so lazy to get up to go get even something like that. Okay? And again, I just don't understand it. And it breaks my heart. Hey, Josetta, what's going on? Damn, I ain't seen you in my chat room. God knows when. How you doing, lady? You know, it just breaks my heart, man. So yeah, I never had either Josetta. You know, I think anything I had close to depression was heartbreak. That's it. Unless that's part of it too. You know, I don't know. I think depression is something deeper than that though. But the closest thing I ever had anything to that was a heartbreak. You know, and that's a motherfucker within itself. Especially you had somebody that you really care for and you know, you really love whatnot. You know, I know that feeling. You know, that shit hurts. But I think depression is something that's on a whole nother different level, you know. Maybe one day I could hear, maybe somebody who would listen to this, who dealing with it, maybe they can come on and give me an interview or how it affects their life, you know. I would love to hear the stories about that, you know, and yeah, I would love to hear that. But anyway, guys, so we're going to be talking about this right here. And again, guys, I can't stress enough. Even though I be on the fence with a lot of these stories when they talk about mental illness, please don't get it twisted and don't ignore it because it is real. The shit is real. Which I know my thing, God. I just hate when people do stupid shit then try to put it on mental illness. Ain't nothing wrong with them. Amen. That what pisses me off. You know. But anyway, guys, let's hear what's going on with this. And rest in heaven to them babies. Rest in heaven to them.
Now to a family tragedy in Brooklyn. Police believe a mother may have drowned her 3 young children.
All of them were under the age of 7. CBS 2's Thalia Perez is live in Coney Island where the family...
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. All of them was under the age of 7. Well, we saw one of them, they said it was 7. But here's my thing, though. Now one of them made it to 10. That's sad. Now one of them made it to 10 years old. That hurts, too.
Family lived. Thalia.
Mary and Maurice, neighbors tell us that the family lived in the building. You see her behind me. The oldest child went to PS 188, which is directly across the street, and the 2 youngest children went to a daycare also nearby. Everyone we spoke with today just devastated learning about this tragedy.
He always sees me, and every time it's coach, 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 coach. So to not hear him say coach today is kind of heartbreaking.
Alfred Brown says he's trying to hold it together after learning about the death of one of his players on the city Silverbacks football team. Brown says the boy last played on the team in the spring of 21.
I got to give him his trophy the last day of school last year.
Today, the woman believed to be the child's mother was placed into an ambulance behind this white sheet by police after being questioned at the 60th precinct. Police say they were called to the family's Neptune Avenue building at about 1:40 a.m. by the mother's sister, who is concerned that the mom might harm her children, a 7-year-old boy, 4-year-old girl, and 3-month-old baby girl. When they arrived, one of the children's fathers, who was also concerned, directed them to the beach a half a mile away.
This search continued for approximately 90 minutes until the officers, in response to an additional 911 call, were directed to Brighton 6th Street and Riegelman Boardwalk.
That's where they say they found the 30-year-old mom barefoot and wearing wet clothes. Police say she was with relatives, but not the children. When police located all 3 children 2 miles away, it was too late.
The officers immediately initiated life-saving measures, including CPR, on the children, and they were rushed to Coney Island Hospital, where they were regrettably pronounced deceased.
Dimitri Volper lives on the same floor as the family and says he frequently saw them.
Innocent kids, you know, what is fault of them?
And neighbors, as you just heard, just trying to wrap their heads around this. Police tell us that it appears the family has never had any contact with ACS, and they also tell us that charges against the mom are pending. Live in Coney Island, Thalia Perez, CBS 2 News.
Okay, Thalia, thank you.
Well, I can only say we heard one story that CPS sounded like they weren't involved in it, but wow, okay. I guess the one thing that's heartbreaking about human life is you could see somebody like one day prior, and the next day you get bad news that something happened to them. And that bad news is whether they was in a car crash or they got hit with a bullet. Things like that. You just don't know what's going to happen because anything can happen within the blink of an eye. Like my homie who just recently passed in July. I just talked to that dude like a week prior. Then I get a message on Facebook saying that man dead. I just couldn't believe it. I still don't believe it to this day that man is dead. I've been knowing that dude since 2nd grade. But it just go to show you in any human life, you could be here 1 minute or 24 hours. And after that 24 hours, it could be a whole turn of events. Amen? And nobody's immune to it. We talk about grown-ups, elders, teens, children, infants. Well, hell, we go further than that, babies who die in the mother's womb. 1 minute the life is there, the next minute it's gone. And sometimes I just sit back and think about, what would this world be like if there was no such thing as death? What the world would be like? If we could have our loved ones forever, would we really be happy that they still here? And the reason I ask that because when a lot of people pass away, I hear people say this right here, and I agree with this. Well, at least they don't have to suffer no more. That's a valid point. They don't. Especially the ones who remain sick a lot. I hear that all the time. They don't have to suffer no more. So kind of think about that. Will we really be happy they lived forever and we watch them suffer versus if they suffering, they can go ahead and go home, like some people say they go home. So I want y'all to think about that for a minute. Think about that. Would you much rather be happy if you could have a person that you love here for eternity and watch them suffer through the thick and thin? Or do you think you'd be better off if they did pass away, they don't have to suffer no more? Shit, me even saying they got me thinking about that now. Thinking about that hard. But I heard what they said at the end. They say charges of this woman is pending. Now, here's sometimes where it get a little confusing for me, because if one of the things that a lot of people say that they dealing with is mental illness, then a lot of people look at that and say that the person is not they self, it's the illness that's taking over. And I guess I can understand to an extent that it's not they self because they don't ask to have a mental illness. But if it is the case, y'all feel like the mental illness is the cause of the death, then what could you really charge them with? All right. Yeah, Carl, I saw you send me something. I'm going to take a look at it in a minute. What would would like to understand, where they're gonna charge her with. I'm not giving her a pass that she shouldn't be charged, but I just like, with people you say dealing with stuff like that, what do you charge her with? Or is it really a charge that you just send them to one of them, what you call them places where people who deal with all this shit, it's called something. I don't know the proper term to it, but y'all know what I'm getting at. I want to say halfway house, but I don't think that's the name of it though. Where them places they send them to when they dealing with stuff like that, So what do you really charge them with? And what is the actual punishment if they dealing with stuff like that? Now again, I don't want people to understand, I don't deal with none of this stuff. I don't have any depression, anything like this, so I can't really speak much on the subject because I don't know. But I do know that a lot of people who deal with this stuff, they didn't ask to have it. I know that. Nobody asked to be, is it safe for me to say the term not normal? Nobody does not ask to be not normal. It's just unfortunate a lot of us we be born with stuff like that. Like I tell y'all all the time, I've been working with people like that for like over 15 years. And you can imagine some of the things that I've seen working with them type of people. It could be a booger bear. And that's why I praise y'all parents, mother, and fathers who have children who have autism and got all this stuff. Man, hey, my heart goes out to y'all. Somebody sent me a video the other day. It was a short video of this lady. Y'all might have seen it. Almost made me choke up a little bit. This lady was doing this baby girl hair. Oh, a pretty baby, pretty precious baby. Some of the clips, the baby just up there playing in her hair, getting her hair brushed and combed and stuff like that. Then other clips, she was showing that the baby just crying and she was calming her down. And I was like, wow, and next clip she was showing doing her hair again. The baby was fine. Then they're showing another clip again. I guess the baby was breaking down, crying again. It sounded like she was hyperventilating too while she was crying. And I think the name of the video was Autism Mom or Mom Dealing with Autism Child or something like that. And I meant to show y'all that video because they really touched me to see that, And my heart just melted when I saw that. And that's why I praise a lot of y'all. If you got children that got this stuff, they got that, and you dealing with it, my heart goes out to all of y'all, men and women. Because I can imagine dealing with that. I can imagine, man. I can. So again, I've been mainly working with adults, 15 years. And just when you think you saw the worst is yet to come. Just like I do these stories. Just when you think you've seen the worst is yet to come, depending on who you're working with. But at the same time, please understand, just because they dealing with this stuff does not mean that they dumb. They not dumb by a long shot. They're not dumb. Maybe slow in learning a few things here and there. But people who got all that, they're not dumb at all. So don't underestimate them. Don't underestimate them now. They're not dumb at all. All right. Josette said homicide by child abuse. Okay. That'd be interesting. So, again, with this story right here, like I told you, I'm kind of convinced that a lot of this probably did have to do with mental illness or whatnot. And, man, crazy. I'm going to pull up something for y'all real quick. Let's see, I might have to wait till an ad get through playing. Oh, nope. What I'm about to show y'all guys right here is probably ain't for the faint of heart. So, hey, you might want to look away at this. They ain't not really showing much, but they released a video showing EMTs and police trying to save one of these babies. And it's sad, guys. It's sad. And I don't see the, where's the, try and get the volume, guys. Where the hell the volume at? Why is he doing that? Where's the? Alright, so guys, for some reason when I go down here, I'm trying to hit the value button, but it keep disappearing every time I go down here. Hold on, maybe I need to refresh again. Hold on.
What is the key to happiness? Slowing down, letting yourself notice the smells, the feel, the sounds of nature. Find your key to happiness.
My bad, we gotta hear an
in
ad. My
Vicksburg.
bad.
The key to the South.
Anybody got AD? Yeah, back of my car. Come over this way. Yeah.
Damn.
What is the key to happiness? Slowing down, letting yourself notice the smells, the feel, the sounds of nature. Find your key to happiness.
I don't know why is it doing all that. So if you're anything like me after seeing that, that was a scary sight. If you're anything like me and you saw that is a scary sight. Even seeing it on video, so imagine being there in person doing that is something scary. And I don't wish that on nobody who have children. I don't wish that on nobody children at all, for that fact of the matter. You know, so I know a lot of people say that they hate cops, they hate law enforcement, things like that. And I guess I get with some of the things y'all talking about, though. But then again, what about the ones that actually out there trying to save lives? You know, I mean, do they get any kind of credit for what they doing out there? You know, because look like I saw a couple of them look like they may have been wet. I don't know. I just couldn't get a clear picture, but it looked like a couple of them may have went out there to water, got wet, and try to save these babies. But as we hear now, unfortunately, they was not saved. Now one of them was saved. Okay? And it reads right here as I got it in front of my face right here. This is for the New York Post. And it says a Brooklyn mom with a history of mental health issues is suspected of drowning her 3 kids on Coney Island beach early Monday. Having confessed to Ken that she killed them, family and law enforcement sources says, so she confessed to her kinfolk that she killed them. Her name is Erin Merdy's children. She had a 3-month-old by the name of Oliver, 4-year-old Liliana, and a 7-year-old by the name of Zachary. They all were discovered unresponsive around 4:40 a.m. along the shoreline at West 35th Street, just 3 blocks from their mother's apartment. Authorities and law enforcement sources said Merdy, 30, told relatives she drowned all 3 of her children, and she was later found walking along the beach barefoot and in a robe, appearing despondent. Cops and sources said the mother was soaking wet. NYPD Chief of Department Kenny Corey said at the press conference. Whether she had been out in the rain or whether she had been in the water again is all speculative at this point. She was wet, she was barefoot, and she was not communicative to the officers. Police have obtained surveillance video that shows Merdy and her 3 children walking to the beach and the mom returning without them. Sources said, "Wow, they got video of that. Oh wow, they got video of her walking them. Shit, wow." Merdy was initially taken to the 60th precinct for questioning and then carted off on a stretcher to NYU. It's a hospital in Brooklyn. According to sources and exclusive post photos and video, we're devastated. They were kids. They were adorable kids, said dying Stephen, Merdy's aunt. It's someone who was struggling, and no one knew how bad the struggle was. No one knew how bad the struggle was, huh? So, no one knew how bad the struggle was. So now there's the question by this statement right there alone. Nobody knew how bad the struggle was. This statement right there alone. Oh, did anybody try to get her any kind of help? Was anybody around to check on the children or even check on her safe to make sure everything was okay? Since nobody knew how hard it was, you know? Or did y'all even bother with this woman? You know, I just got to ask questions like that according to what you said right here. Nobody knew how the struggle was. Nobody knew, huh? So I had to ask that. I had to ask questions like that, you know? Did anybody step up and try to help? Or are they saying no one outside of the family knew how hard the struggle was? They could be saying that too. But it was someone struggling, and no one knew how bad the struggle was. Hopefully somebody see this and then they can explain to me, whoever said that, they explain to me exactly what they meant by that. There goes Zachary right there. Yeah, that's sad. Steve said Merdy's family has a history of mental illness and her niece was struggling as she was trying to find her way through life. In this family, we do have a history of mental illness to varying degrees. A few of us have battled with bipolar disorder, but I didn't know her mental struggles. I just knew she was trying to find a way for her children, a way to get on her feet, said Stephen. She loved her children. She loved her children very much. It was the mental issues that took over. An intensive search for the mother and the kids began about 3 hours before the children were found on the beach when a relative called police expressing fears that the mom might have harmed the children, Corey told reporters. Police responded to the family's apartment on Neptune Avenue near West 33rd Street around 1:40 a.m., Corey said. No one answered and knocked at the door, but the officers were met by the father of one of the kids inside the building, Corey said. They saying this is an exclusive video. Mother who drowned the kids at Coney Island arriving at the medical center.
Bathfitter takes the worry out of your remodel. Expert installers, lifetime warranty, and customer focus. The Bathfitter family is here to serve. So if you're thinking family owned,
Bathfitter is here for you.
For your free in-home estimate, call Bathfitter today.
Wow. Wow. Then it goes on to say that he expressed similar concerns about the welfare of the mom and the kids and said he believed they were on the Coney Island beach, according to Corey. I believe that she had called them and made statements to them that affected Corey, said of the relatives. Were asked why the family members believed the woman would harm her kids. Law enforcement sources said numerous family members had called 911 to report Merdy may have done something to the kids. Might be under the influence of alcohol or drugs and has a history of mental health issues. A relative said the mom admitted she drowned all 3 kids, according to sources. After being directed to the beach to search for the mom and kids, police swarmed the boardwalk, the shoreline, and the surrounding streets for about 90 minutes before they received another 911 call, sending them to the Brighton Beach boardwalk near Beach 6th Street, Corey said. There, cops found Merdy with some of her relatives, but all 3 kids were nowhere to be found. The search then intensified with New York PD's aviation and harbor units helping to scout the area for the missing kids, the police official said. Authorities made the heartbreaking discovery of the children's unresponsive body about 2 miles from where their mother was found. The officers immediately initiated life-saving measures, including CPR on the children and the kids, who were rushed to Coney Island Hospital, where they were regrettably pronounced deceased, Corey said. Distressing photos show first responders running through the sand and on the boardwalk carrying the lifeless children in their arms. Later, Merdy was photographed strapped to a gurney as EMS workers wheeled her into NYU Langone. Langone? I guess I said that right. It's unclear if the mother has a history of abuse or neglecting the 3 kids, but she did previously have custody disputes with one of the kids' fathers, law enforcement sources said. All right, guys, here we go. Another custody dispute case. In July, the dad, who is an air traffic controller in Virginia, told police Merdy didn't show up when she was supposed to drop off their son to him for a scheduled custody visit. The sources said the disposition of the incident is unclear, and it's also unclear which child wasn't brought for the visit. Man. In 2021, Merdy filed a domestic incident report against the same father, accusing him of sending abusive text messages and threatening to take her to court for money. Sources said the father couldn't immediately be reached for comment. Alfred Brown, who was little Zachary's football coach at PS 188, told the Post he's devastated over the kid's death. And guys, oh wow, you can see a picture right here. You can see a picture right here. Wow, they got one of the children in their arms, man. Damn, that's... Damn, that's heartbreaking right there, man. Damn. Man, Jesus. That is very heartbreaking. Shit, I'm off for words, people. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. So we got a situation with a custody battle. We got a situation with supposed to be domestic disputes and things like that. And again, I told y'all earlier, I read something that she supposed to been facing eviction. You know, just a lot of stuff that was going on. I tell you what, yeah, this kind of fuck with me a little bit, for sure. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to play this little police conference. I'm end it right there, and probably do a little update on the video. If I find out some more stuff going on with it, I'll probably do a little update a little later or something or whatnot. But yeah, man, it is crazy right here. It is too crazy. Anyway, though, they did a briefing about it. I'll let y'all hear the briefing. I'm gonna cut it short right there.
This is breaking news.
For Brooklyn South detectives, Inspector James King, the commanding officer of the 60th Precinct. Just as a reminder, the information that I'm going to give you is preliminary and subject to change, as this incident is only a few hours old. Earlier this morning, at about 1:40 a.m., officers from the 60th Precinct responded to an apartment at 3325 Neptune Avenue in response to a 911 call placed by a concerned family member who was at a different location. And the caller indicated that she was concerned that her family member may have harmed her 3 small children. Officers responded to that apartment. They received no answer to a knock on the door. And inside the building, they were met by an individual who identified himself to be the father of one of the children, who expressed similar concerns and said that he believed that the woman and the children were on the boardwalk here in Coney Island. The officers began, along with other officers from the 60th Precinct, a search for the woman and her children. That involved canvassing the boardwalk, the beach, the streets of Coney Island Hospital, and her own apartment at 3325 Neptune Avenue, where the officers found the door unlocked. This search continued for approximately 90 minutes until the officers, in response to an additional 911 call, were directed to Brighton 6th Street and Riegelman Boardwalk, which is approximately 2 miles down the boardwalk from where we are now. At that location, the officers found a 30-year-old female, believed to be the mother of the 3 children. She was accompanied by other family members, but not the children. The search now intensified. Aviation units, harbor units, and additional canvases of the shoreline. At about 4:42 this morning, the officers discovered 3 children, a 7-year-old male, a 4-year-old female, and another female who was approximately 3.5 months old on the shoreline here at the water's edge at West 35th Street in Coney Island. The officers immediately initiated life-saving measures, including CPR, on the children, and they were rushed to Coney Island Hospital, where they were regrettably pronounced deceased. As we said, this is a very active investigation. We ask anyone who may have information as to what transpired here to call our Crime Stoppers hotline at 800-577-TIPS. All your calls will be kept confidential. I can now take a few questions.
Fox. Do you know if Child Protective Services was ever called to the house? Any prior issues?
So, best we can tell at this point, and again, it's preliminary, there is no indication of abuse or prior history of abuse or neglect of these children.
Marla? Did the mother say anything to the first responders that arrived?
So at the time, she did not. She is in the station house. Detectives are attempting to speak with her at this moment, but so far she has not said anything.
Rocco? Chief, what incident early in the night led relatives, including dad, to believe that she maybe had harmed the kids?
I believe that she had called them and made statements to them to that effect.
Any reason why at this point? Is that clear?
That's all subject to the investigation.
Anybody else? Can you refer to the nationality of the family?
To the nationality of the family, no.
Can you talk about the status of the mother when you found her? There were reports she was barefoot. What condition was she in?
So the mother was soaking wet. Whether she had been out in the rain or whether she had been in the water, again, is all speculative at this point. She was wet, she was barefoot, and she was not communicative to the officers.
One more, Rocco, one more. Chief, any witnesses, and did it happen here, or did she walk that way?
So right now we are looking for witnesses. We don't know exactly what happened here yet, Rocco. We're going to try to piece this all together. We know that the children are found here. Officers retrieve them from the shoreline, attempt to revive them, which ultimately fails, and we know that she's found 2 miles away. What we need to put together is what happened in the before and then in the in-between.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
She is at the station house. She is not in custody at this point. She is at the station house.
Thank you very much, guys.
Before I go, I want to share something with y'all that I just pulled up. This is about her eviction situation. They say Monday she was facing eviction from her apartment, and she was battling custody issues and grappling with her mental health woes before she allegedly killed the kids, the Post learned. She owed more than $10,000 in back rent. And she had been threatened by getting kicked out since January after the state's C-19 eviction moratorium expired, the court record showed. All right. So and as I go further in this, they said she had stopped paying her apartment was over $1,500. It was $1,531 a month. And she stopped paying it in July of 2021 and was served with an eviction notice days before whatever they was doing with the COVID thing, and when it expired in January. And I guess they tried to come back and get the back rent that was owed. Okay. So I would say this, like I said, I am kind of convinced that mental illness is playing a part of this, but also now after reading this right here and kind of find out she dealing with custody battles, you got to question that too. You know, what's this really was about? What is it really about? You know, what was the major issue in this situation? It's because she was back and was falling way back and couldn't pay her bills, and then she did this dealing with custody battle. Is that the real issue here? Why she did it? Because again, I want you to understand what I said earlier. Yeah, she may have mental health issues, and I get that, but it doesn't mean that they dumb. It don't mean that they dumb at all. All right. And I'm gonna leave it at that for now until something else comes out about it. Now I'll probably come back and do some update videos and stuff like that, you know. So wow, this is just so sad, you know, and I feel like, you know, the kids are getting blamed for parents that making poor excuses. Yeah, I get where I'm coming from when I say that. A lot of these kids are getting the shit end of the stick for those poor excuses that a lot of these parents are making, you know. Anyway, y'all take care of yourself, man, and I'll catch y'all a little later, all right? All right. Yeah, I started wondering with the chat room working, you know. I just seen 2 people just pop up, you know. I don't know. I think I heard a couple other people say they chat room be doing that too, just be pausing and freezing like that. I don't know if y'all talking or not, or everybody just got quiet all at the same time. I don't know. But anyway, I'll catch y'all later. Peace.